Hey guys, welcome to Juju's Oracle. Today I wanted to just briefly talk about really getting down to the bottom of what your truth is and why connecting to yourself and to your truth and to your testimony and really grounding yourself in forgiveness for yourself and for other people and situations and things like that is because your truth is what is truly going to set you free and set everybody, attached to you free, right? And especially when you're dealing with toxicity, when you're dealing with traumatic situations, which a lot of us as, chosen ones have, a lot of people that you have to be around, or a lot of situations that you have to kind of like continuously transmute. And, every situation that you are still in the middle of working your way through, any dense kind of energies that are still lingering around that you might have to deal with here and there, it's really important for you to recognize your truth and to stay grounded in your truth and to stay grounded in the truth of the situation and everything that's happened, because there's a lot of gaslighting. And there has been a lot of gaslighting. There has been a lot of smear campaigning. There has been a lot of, flipping the narrative. And a lot of these things have been done behind our backs. A lot of these things, people have created their own narratives, because when you are chosen, and like I said in the last message, being as though we have been in isolation because we recognize that we had things that we had to heal from, whether that be betrayal, not seeing things clearly, not seeing situations for what they truly are. And whatever it was that you woke up from and you realized, you were going the wrong way, you were in the wrong direction, and God is now trying to work with you to get you on the right path and back into, walking in your power. So while you were in isolation and you were healing, and this is, during the period, or after the period rather, when you have created boundaries, you've created space, you've said, okay, I'm no longer going to associate myself with these people. I'm no longer going to do these things. I'm no longer going to accept these patterns and behaviors about myself. And you've decided to break away and do something different and heal and isolate yourself and really go within and really build a relationship with yourself and with the divine and your ancestors and your spirit guides, so that you're able to now move forward and build something that is actually going to withstand the test of time. People, those very same people, those very same situations, those very same patterns, those very same consciousnesses, whatever it is for you, take it as it resonates. They have spent so much time, when you spend time doing low vibrational things, when you spend time trying to manipulate energy and trying to create narratives for yourself that is not the truth, and when you're especially playing with other people's energy, God's children's energy, people who are pure, people who mind their business, people who have nothing but good intentions for you and for, everybody involved. When you play with those types of people, when you are, just running around being karmic and causing chaos and drama and toxicity and trauma on the earth, that's eventually what is going to manifest in your life. And that's eventually, it's ultimately what's manifesting in your life at the time that you're doing it. But as a chosen one, what you have to understand about these karmics and about these toxic individuals is that, imagine being addicted to adrenaline, imagine being addicted to causing chaos, and that being like a drug. So it's like they almost go into psychosis when they choose to do certain things, when they choose to say certain things, when they choose to behave certain ways, because almost like a kid, or like an addict, or like somebody that really doesn't know any better, because their brain has been altered, or they just may be reprobate. And I say that often on my channel because a lot of people are. But nevertheless, these karmics, these toxic individuals, they don't really know what they're doing until it's too late. And Now, a lot of people are trying to pivot. They're trying to run away from the consequences of their actions. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want people to see them for who they truly are. And this is always a thing with karmics. For a lot of these people, this is their everyday reality. So you have to understand that when they play these games with you, where they're trying to be in competition with you, they're trying to one up you, they're trying to smear campaign you, they're trying to get people to see you in a negative light. That is because that is their perception of themselves, right? And that's why I speak a lot about getting to know yourself and really getting grounded in who you are and the truth of who you are and in the truth period of any situation that you've been a part of, because that only allows you an upper hand to clean up your energy and to also know what is real and what is fake, because it makes no sense and it does nothing for anybody in any situation that you're a part of to be delusional, to not know what's really real, what's really going on, because not only does that hurt you, but it hurts people that are attached to you. And that's what these karmics, these toxic individuals don't understand. And at this time, they are doing anything that they can. They're using anyone that they can to keep these narratives going, to keep these situations going, to keep things looking on the up and up, even though they've already they've already been making bad decisions. And even before you met this person, or even before you came into the vicinity, even before, and if it's a consciousness that you're dealing with, like a victim consciousness or any type of low vibrational consciousness, this consciousness has been around decades, years, millenniums before you even, came about. So it's been fought before, it's been done before. And if these are people, they have already laid foundations that are on unstable grounds, because that is just who they are. That is just the nature of what they do. And for a lot of them, like I said, chosen ones, we are the eye of the storm. So God will use us to bring certain people to their knees, to bring certain situations to its knees, to bring justice to Mother Earth, to Gaia. So a lot of these people, they don't realize that by picking with you, by messing with you, by, trying to make you look a certain type of way, that is exactly what's going to get them caught up. That is exactly what's going to get them exposed. And a lot of these people, these places, these things, these situations, these consciousness, they have already made pacts with the devil. They have already made pacts with the underworld, as far as they've been in certain traumatic situations, and they've sold their souls, because instead of waiting on God, instead of having more faith, or instead of looking at the signs and the synchronicities and staying in alignment, and at least trying to keep their souls clean and pure, and keep their energy clear, and stay out of toxic situations, stay away from toxic people. They didn't take the time to keep their sovereignty. So they want to see that being taken away from us, chosen ones. And you have to understand that's where the jealousy and the envy comes in, because while people like to try to say, oh, we're all God's children, like I'm going to keep saying it, we don't all believe that. We don't all walk in that abundance, in that knowing. And there is certain people out here that will try to gaslight you, especially using the Bible, religious text, or their position of power, or whatever the case is, in order to keep you in line, when by their actions, by the way that they treat you, and by divine law, but by universal law, spirit actually is wanting to protect you from these people, or protect you from this situation, or protect you. But you wouldn't know that, because in hindsight, society might tell you that this is a good opportunity. You might want to take that. Yeah, this is a good person because they do they do X, Y, and Z as their job, or whatever the case is. And that's how we can fall into these different traps. So everything is not going to be black and white. Everything is not always linear. Everybody's path is not the same. Make sure that you're using your discernment, and make sure that you're not falling back into patterns and going along to get along. I understand that for a lot of us, we are still moving through these denser energies with this, like I said, with this new knowing, with this new contract with the divine. Blessings are pouring in, and blessings are going to continue to be pouring in. So it's really important for you to realize that at this time also, those very same people that were, going behind your back, trying to create a narrative and trying to lie on you, and trying to, manipulate energy in regards to you, and trying to one up you, and trying to just ruin your life, and whatever they were trying to do, now they're starting to realize that, hey, I did all of this for no reason. I got nothing out of it. Let me try to pivot, and for a lot of them, it's that mentality. If you can't beat them, join them. And that is also a tactic that a lot of toxic individuals use, is after all of the bullying, after all of the manipulation, after all of the smear campaigning, after getting everybody to not want to be around you, after getting their flying monkeys and their groups of hyenas to attack you, or whatever the case is, once they realize that they got nothing out of it, once they realize that you're still winning and you're still good, you're still going to keep going, and there's always that one person or those few people that want to keep going and keep going. For a lot of those types of people, the people around them that had them propped up, that had them with that inflated ego, and they were, yeah, let's do it, cheering them on, their little, groups of hyenas, their pack of hyenas. Once they no longer want to do it anymore, then that person ends up coming back towards you, wanting to be cool again, wanting to be friends again, because they want everybody else to see them, hey, we're not having a problem anymore, right? But if they're able to successfully convince the other people that you are okay with the abuse. And you have to understand that these people are toxic. So 9 times out of 10, they've already created the narrative with other people that they're the victim. You're the one that did something wrong in the first place. They have no reason to apologize. They have no reason to feel any type of way. And so behind your back, they will create that narrative. So if you do, be cordial with them, or, even be cool with them, to the point where, you're able to forgive and forget, or whatever the case is. But at the same time, make sure that you're protecting yourself. Make sure that you're creating boundaries and creating the proper space. Make sure you actually get grounded in your truth, so that whether or not it's safe for you to be around these people. It's safe for you to trust these people, because, again, they've already created narratives, and they want you to go along to get along, so that it can make sense for this narrative, so that they're able to get their people back together and band against you all over again, right? And so it's really important for us to be very careful about who we are giving energy to, who we are giving information to. Keep your information very close to you. Anything that, any blessings that you have, continue to keep it close to yourself, right? Continue to build your relationship with God. You don't have to get validation from other people. You don't need congratulations. You'll get the congratulations once it's done. Once everything is manifested for you, people will be able to see the blessings that have been bestowed upon your life, but through your testimony, through you actually being abundant and wealthy and joyous and happy and all of those things. You don't have to tell people, hey, this is happening for me, because, especially if you know that these people don't mean you well. On the other side of that, it's also important for you to realize that it does not matter what people are doing or what people have said about you, because no matter what you do, as long as you stay grounded in your truth and in the truth, these people can lie. They can continue to lie. They can continue to flip the narrative. They can continue to try to manipulate energy around you. And you're still going to be grounded in your truth, and you're still going to be grounded in your faith, and you're still going to be grounded in the truth. We're going through all types of stuff that you may or may not know about, but it is directly connected to you, because you are the eye of the storm. And again, you bring judgment, you bring karma, because why are you going around trying to mess with somebody that is not messing with you, that is not doing anything to you? And that's just how the universe works. That's just how God works. And you have to understand that these people, like I said, they've been doing a lot of this, low vibrational stuff before they even came across your energy. It's just that your light attracts moths, right? And your light irritates their demons. It's divinely guided. There's nothing for you to worry about, but you have to stay grounded in your truth. You have to stay grounded in the truth, so that when everything, when it comes down to it, where you stand, why why you made the decisions you made, why you decided to create boundaries, why you decided to walk away, why you decided to stay, whatever the case is for you. You can speak up for yourself. You can pretty much, rectify the situation, because why you made the decisions you made. You know exactly what's going on. And sometimes, being quiet is your protection, right? Because a lot of the times you don't know what's going on. A lot of the times this is stuff that's going on behind your back, and you have to make sure that you are doing your due diligence to not make any rash decisions. So just continuously keep your discernment up. but stay grounded in the truth, right? And don't let anybody try to pull one over on you, and don't let anybody try to create narratives for you or control your energy or anything like that, because at this time, that is what a lot of people are trying to do. And you know, the main people who try to control others and control situations are people who have absolutely no control in their own lives. They never do, right? Because when you actually have wisdom, when you're actually intelligent and smart, you understand that you can only control what you can control. But some people don't know what it is that they can and can't control. And so they're still trying to control you. They're still trying to control people around you. They're still trying to control the narrative in regards to you. And they just don't understand why it's not working, why it's not working, why am I getting in trouble, why are all these bad things happening to me? And instead of stopping and reflecting, they don't do that. They just continuously keep going and going and going. And I know it can be annoying. I know it can be hard. That's spiritual warfare. That's just part of what it is when you are earthbound and you're here with people who have totally different perspectives than you. You know, and it's sad because a lot of the times we do have the same traumas, and sometimes we even have even worse traumas than they have. But when you are when you're cursed with victim mentality and you just don't want to let that go, and when you are just a toxic individual, when you have traded in your sovereignty for, you know, gifts from the devil, you know, when you've sold your soul because you couldn't wait your turn, because you didn't want to pray, because you didn't want to have faith, or whatever the case is, it's low vibrational and it makes you a loser. And they're losers. So let losers be losers and remember that you're a winner. That's pretty much all that I had to say today on that. Thanks so much for listening. Talk to you in the next video.